I'm Sam and I sing for Architects. It was a really good time when the band started. Brighton's obviously a really creative town. Not only just really musically, but like creatively, there's so much cool stuff going on in that town. I think it's one of the nicest places in England. And I think just at the time we were coming through, there was just so many people that wanted to put on shows and were doing shows, and we were fortunate enough to have other friends that were in bands like Datre and Ghost of 1000. There's a lot of bands around that time. But yeah, in general, I think there was just a love for music in that city, and there still is. So yeah, we were very fortunate, and we just managed to play as many shows as we possibly could in Brighton, and then started touring everywhere else, really. There was a really big hardcore scene in Brighton. I think there still is, but it was really big at the time. There's bands like Turn Cold, Abandoned Ship, a band I was in called Nervous Wreck. And then there was like this whole other side that Architects were involved with as well, but they kind of mixed together. We do like these hardcore all-dayers where everyone would play. But it was mainly just, everyone was just doing their own thing, you know. You wouldn't find a couple of bands that sounded the same, everyone was different. And Architects were just doing really heavy stuff, and that's when their singer quit and they asked me if I would join, and yeah, since then it's just, yeah, we've just kept going really. I don't know really, I think just enjoying what you do is like mainly the only advice I can give really. Like, we love playing music, like that's it. It's never been about being a big band or selling out shows or anything. It was just always been about just having fun and doing it for the right reasons, you know. I think a lot of bands do stuff for fame or for money or I don't know, just the wrong reasons, you know. And I think, you know, we're all mates and we just love doing what we're doing. We love touring, we love travelling, and you know, we're all mentally the same. We're all like best friends, so I think that helps. A lot of bands aren't really tight with each other, and that can also create problems, but yeah, we're all close. I think it's literally just follow your head and follow your heart as well. You know, like, don't make stupid decisions, write records that you want to write, because you're the one that tours them, you're the one that plays them, and you're the one that sells that to people. And I think if you're playing music you don't love, then there's no way you can do it justice. I think we're very lucky now that we have a record that we fully love and we back, and that we can play convincingly every night and give a real performance to. Because we'd never done any vocal pre-production before, we'd always just kind of, I'd always just wing it in the studio. But this time we had like 2 months before where I would track stuff at Tom and Dan's house. We'd go up there and just jam out these ideas. So about 75% of the record was already done vocally before we got to the studio. So when we were there, it made things a lot easier. It was really crazy, man. Like to be on tour for such a long time as well was so cool. But like dipping into those places where people don't normally get these shows coming through, it felt like every time it was like an event, you know. It was a really cool thing, and whether there was a lot of people or not, like, it was kind of just exciting to see that there was this buzz around music in these places where you wouldn't have even thought, and just in general to just feel like pretty amazed that like our band could go to those places and have people that knew the words, you know. Yeah, it was just a really like eye-opening thing. I think it really helped with our band and kind of put a lot of things in perspective for us. Yeah, and just the whole thing made us love it even more, really. Well, yeah, we had noticed like a lot of people were tweeting us, and we had noticed like that our booking agents had people saying that they wanted to see us. But really, it was more kind of just like a fuck it, let's go and see how it goes, and it all worked out great. Sometimes most of the time, you know, it's absolutely fine. Like, we're in New York, like there's like 22 places to go and eat within a mile radius, you know. But sometimes it can be difficult, but you got to know that you're doing it for the right reason, and then there'll be somewhere tomorrow if you can't get exactly what you want to eat. But most major cities have like cool, you know, like home run vegan stores where you can go and actually put your money into like a local business instead of like a chain as well. And you know, we're all doing it for the right reasons, so there's never a point where we're like, oh fuck it, let's just break, you know. Like, I really enjoy cooking, and I hadn't really before until I met my girlfriend right now, and she's just such a good cook that she's sort of like made me want to like look into cooking and seeing it. Especially being vegan, it's so cool to have someone that's like really clever with what they do and how they make their food. Because for me, I would just buy like, you know, like fake meats and just that would be it for me, and I'd just fry it up and that would be fine. But the whole nutritional side of it as well is really interesting to me, like getting the right foods in. And yeah, so cooking. I love playing football as well. Me and Ali play quite a lot of football. But yeah, other than that, it's really just cooking. I just quite like making cakes for my girlfriend, really, that's it. The first time we came to America was like a real low point for us. Like we were still a really young band, and maybe we were too young to kind of come out to this country, but you can't turn down tours if you get offers at that age. Like, we wanted to be here. I remember coming out and like halfway through the tour, realizing that we were 20 grand in debt. And that was money that we'd never even seen or thought was possible before. And that was in debt, and we were like, we're fucked, we're not going to be able to recoup that money ever, we're never going to be able to do this again. And then we went straight onto a tour afterwards in the UK and Europe with Partway Drive and a load of other bands, and it was called Never Say Die Fest. I think this was about 2007. And I remember like the first show of that tour, like being like, oh my god, we're fine, we're okay, we can be a band. Like, we managed to recoup the money that we'd lost and managed to get break even again, like through doing that tour. And then you just kind of realise that it's like, well, you know, we've recouped that, we can still tour, we've got that money back, we can go and do this again, we can keep trying, and we just haven't stopped trying. And that's been it really for us, is we just want to keep pushing ourselves and pushing our band, and people are now waking up. This is the first tour we've had like a bandwagon out here and by ourselves, and having a bed to sleep in every night, like somewhere to keep all your shit, like not be awake for the horrible drives. It's just so great. Every tour we've done out in this country up until this one, and Warped Tour, was just so much hard work. Like, we would tour in the UK and we would make money in the UK, and then we would come to America and then we would lose all that money because no one knew us. And you know, we would do tours where we would just sleep in the van every night for 7 weeks and get a hotel once out of the whole 7 weeks. You know, you just have to realise that it's just so much more fun than a better job, like a normal job. Like, I don't mind if I'm sleeping on like a wooden floor. Like, that's what we grew up doing, is just staying at people's houses and having people look out for us. And you know, now we're fortunate enough to be in a position where we have a bandwagon out here, we have buses at home. But you know, we still aren't anti-touring in a bus or touring in a van, sorry, or anything like that. Like, that's what we grew up doing, and that's what we love. So all this stuff that we get now is just complete luxury, really, and we can't quite believe that we actually get it. I genuinely think kids are stoked. Like, kids know how much it means to us, so they see the smiles on our faces. You can't fake a smile on stage, and it's difficult because, you know, I'm singing these like really aggressive songs and I'm just beaming from ear to ear. It's nuts. But yeah, we're so lucky, we're so fortunate, and you know, it's not been without hard work, but I do feel like something's happened, the stars have aligned, and we've been giving it a chance, so it's good. Well, we're going to come back to America before the end of the year, which is crazy, because I didn't think we would before the start of this tour. It's so much fun now. We're going to Australia, we're doing loads of festivals in the UK and Europe. We're just non-stop, we're just going for it. We might have time for a holiday in there somewhere, you know, maybe, that'd be cool. But no, we're just going to keep doing what we're doing and keep having fun. We really want to go to Japan. That's one place that we've like always wanted to go and play. Alaska, I'd love to go to Alaska, I'd love to go to Hawaii. I'd love to go to Africa, I'd love to go to South Africa. I'd love to play everywhere, anywhere we could, really. That's the main thing, is like, if there's a place we can play, we'll want to go and do it. Yeah, there's a few. There's a band called More Than Life. They're a hardcore band and they're fucking amazing. Their new record is so good. There's a band called The Excerpts with Murray, who sings on Youth Is Wasted on our record. He's amazing. Yeah, so many bands. Landscapes, just so much. There's a lot of cool stuff. I think Naysayer off the new record, it was the first song that we released off of it, and it went down so well. And it basically is just about people telling you what you can and cannot do, what you can and cannot talk about. You know, these sort of boundaries that are given to you as a band, as a sort of, you must talk about this, you must talk about this, and that's something that we never agreed with. And every night going up on stage and just like screaming the line, "You can't stop me giving a fuck," like, and having a whole crowd scream it back is just so amazing, especially in this country where like people haven't really given us, well, they have given us the time of day, but it's been very minimal, you know. Like, I feel like we've now got a record behind us which we can back like 100%, and that I think people out here are really getting on board with as well. It's so nice to just have people sing along in another country, you know, and especially here it means so much because we tried for so long, and now to actually see it starting to pay off is just so satisfying. It's amazing. It's so much more. You get so much more from it when you know how hard you worked, and I think that's pretty much the ethos of our band. Is we've worked so hard, and now in this last year, everything started really like snowballing, and all this amazing stuff's happening to us, and we're just like. There's no rock stars in our band, there's no egos, we're literally just 4 or 5 mates that are just having the fucking best time ever. And I think people get that, I think people understand that, and there's no gimmick behind our band, there's no nonsense, it's just, I think people just really understand how much this band means to us and how much we love playing shows, and now people are backing it, it's great.